We'd like to challenge you to create your own version of a date for the Advent calendar. We used the tools for this, and we used To Create a Story. When you access To Create a Story, you'll see there's 3 different levels of access. We used My Adventure Story. When you click on My Adventure Story, you'll see an area for drawings and an area underneath for text. At the top, there's a Backgrounds button. You could use the drawing pens and tools on the left-hand side to draw your own background. Alternatively, you could use the clip art picker or take a photograph. When you click on the clip art picker, you can choose from our options in Purple Mash, or you can choose a file, which is what we did. When you go to choose a file, you can select a file that you've created in Purple Mash, or select a file from your computer. We created this Christmas background in 2Paint-a-Picture. Once you select a file, it will import, and then you can use this button on the left to zoom in, and then you can move it around to fit the space you'd like. We'd like to see the snow, so we're going to put it like this. Now that our background's on, we could add our number. Now we could use the drawing pens on the left-hand side to draw the number. Select a pen and a colour, and then add it in where you'd like. It's less easy, however, to animate the number if you add it from the drawing tools. So we're going to undo that and click on the Add a Sprite button, the little dragon at the top. We're going to draw the number 3 in this image space. Now we've drawn it in here, we can animate just this number. On the right hand side we can go to Animation and select the animations we'd like. They preview. We're going to scroll down and let this one spin right around. Once we're happy we can click on OK and our sprite becomes part of our picture. We can resize it and rotate it and place it where we'd like. Once we're happy, we can press play to see what it looks like, and stop to return to our design screen. Although I liked that, I'm actually going to delete it and add the number 3 in a different way. I'm going to go back into Add a Sprite, and this time I'm going to use the clip art picker. I'm going to search for numbers. You'll find lots of numbers in here. Let's go down, and I'm going to select this number 3 here. Now I've chosen it, I can use these options on the right to animate it. I'm going to use the top animation again, so it animates when the page loads. I'm going to apply that animation and click on OK. And now I can move it around and resize it. My next step is to add a door that will take me to the next page of my Advent calendar. I'm going to click on Add a Sprite at the top, and in the image space I'm going to draw a door. Once I've drawn the door, I'm going to go to Animation and I'm going to select an animation for my door. To have a look and see what's here, I'm going to choose a part. Now I've chosen the animation, you'll see on the left hand side this animation will happen when the door is clicked on, as opposed to when the page is turned. I can move the door, my sprite, to where I want it on the page. I could put it on the house, couldn't I? Actually, I think I'm going to put it over here in the snow. When it starts to look how I'd like, I can click on play to view it and test it. I'm going to actually go back to edit the door. I'm going to remove my drawing and I'm going to use the clip art picker to search for door and select a door from the clip art. I'm also going to use the options in sound to add a ding dong to the door, so the bell rings when the door's clicked on. Under bells and clocks in the sound gallery, there's a doorbell. Once I'm happy with my door, I can add more to my scene. I'm going to go back up to the sprites and I'm going to add in a Santa Claus from the clip art gallery. I'm going to search for Santa, choose one, there's one here. Now we'd like to animate him, but not when it's clicked on, when the page loads, so we'll choose the top animation. Once the animation's been added, we can move Santa to where we'd like, and once we're happy we can add in another sprite. Back up to the sprites, this time I'm going to use the clip art picker again, and we're going to add in a snowman. There's one, there we go, we'll choose this one on the left. I'm not going to animate this one, we'll just pop him to the left hand side of the door. As we develop our scene, in this case I'm going to add some stars. So I'm going to go back up to the clip art picker, or add a sprite, and then into the clip art picker, and then I'm going to choose to search for some stars. Let's add these ones, and I think this will finish off our page nicely. Let's make them spin. Top animation, because we want them to spin when the page loads, not when they're clicked on. Let's move them over to here. And then once you're happy with how the page looks, the best thing to do is click on play to preview it. There we go. Once we're happy with the scene, we're going to click in the text box underneath to add some text in. So think about what you're going to write here. We'll pop in this one, that it's day 3, what's behind the door. You could put some instructions, such as click on the door to find out. Once we're happy with the text, we can click on the A underneath to change the font style and size. Let's choose this Comic Sans font. We'll make the colour match the background in this case, so we'll choose the blue, and then we'll increase the text size slightly. Okay, that looks great. Now we can click on the right-hand arrow at the bottom to make our next page. You've got another image box and another text box. The second page in our Advent Calendar dates were jokes. You could create your own joke, use one you know, or you could do something completely different for your second day. This is your calendar entry. What's this joke? What does Father Christmas get when he is ill? I do believe that might be tinselitis. We're just going to add a background colour to this page so that we can move on and show you lots of other things. But of course you could get as creative as before. Now we need to work out a way to get from this page to the next page when you click on the door. So we're going to go back to the door and click on the edit pen. Then under this mouse click at the bottom here, we're going to select Go to Page and choose our second page, in this case the joke page. Okay, that wants us to take us to that page. On this page, we're just going to add in a little Christmas tree actually. Let's make it a bit more interesting. Let's pop the Christmas tree on there. Let's animate it, there we go. Make it a bit bigger. Now, this is our second page. If we go back one, we'll go back to the first page. We've made a link from the door to the page with the Christmas tree on. Now, when we test it and click on the door will slide open and take us to the second page, the joke page, which we like, but we haven't done any editing of the text. So let's highlight it, click on the A, and change it to the font colour, let's match the Christmas tree this time, and text size that we'd like. Okay, that looks better. Now, at the top, I can click on a microphone and add sound to the page.
What does Father Christmas get when he is ill?
I've just recorded my joke, and that should now play when the page is opened. Next, I'm going to click on the button at the top and add some text to the button. Joke answer. I'd like to make an arrow from the joke to the joke answer. I'm going to choose a colour, and then under action, I don't have the joke answer page yet, so I can't pop anything into the link, so we'll just click on OK and place that where we want on the page. And now we've turned the page and we're going to pop in the answer to our joke, and we'll match the font style and colour and size nicely. And once we've done this, we can add in our images here. I'm going to go up and I'm going to add a background. And just for today, I'm going to choose the same background as the first page. Let's import it and then use the slider on the left-hand side to zoom in and then move it around to how we'd like to see it. And add it to just that page. Lovely. Now we could add a sprite. Like we've done before, we'll use the clip art picture. We're going to search for Christmas this time and then choose an image from here. We'll go with another Christmas tree. Of course, we can resize the sprite and move it to where we want. And then we're going to go back to the previous page to link our joke answer button to our joke answer page. So underneath here, we're going to click the page, load it in and click on OK. Now we're going to go back to the beginning and record sound on the first page because we didn't do that.
It's day 3. What's behind the door? Click on the door to find out.
Now let's click on play to test what it's like so far. It's day 3. What's behind the door? Click on the door to find out. The doorbell rings. We can go to the next page. What does Father Christmas get when he is ill? And we can click on joke answer. And that takes us nicely to the third page. You could of course have as many pages as you liked. We're going to click on stop and go to that third page and record the answer so that this page has audio. Don't forget to save as you go by going to the menu and clicking on Save. Give your project a name and save it to your folder or wherever your teachers asked you to save it. If you're a teacher and you would like to create a display board as an advent calendar, you can go to Sharing. You'll see all the display boards you've got live in here. And if you click on the settings, you can create one for your class. Click on the plus on the left-hand side and fill in the options. Give it a name, give it a description. tick and adjust the options you've got. We're going to give this one a nice Christmassy icon. Again, we're going to search the clip art picker for Christmas. Let's pick out this tree and scroll down, and we're going to add our class, the Dolphins class, to this one. I can also tick visible to public and get links if I want to share links home. Now I've created that, I can save it, and then I can go back to Purple Mash to put some things on it. Now if I set the advent calendar as a to-do, and in this case I have, I can scroll down my to-dos list to find it, and then I can click on View Folder next to the advent calendar to view the children's work. Once in the work area, I can click on Mark to view the work, and then if I'd like to, once I'm happy, I can select all the files and use this menu to the top right to add them to the display board. Just select to display board, select your advent calendar display board, click on OK, and it will push all that work to the board. Once that's done successfully, you can go up to the sharing tab and find the display board. Here it is, and hopefully once you've done this and shared the work to the board will look a little bit like our advent calendar.